Hi, and welcome to Rainbow Unicorn Cat One channel. I hope everybody's having a great Christmas vacation, and if you have a lot of time and would like to make a cool craft, today I'm going to show you how to make this awesome fireplace. And it's very cheap, but it is going to take a while to make, so if you have a couple of days to spare, it's a perfect craft for you. I will put the list of supplies and materials in the description box below. And by the way, if you are new to this channel and interested in all American Girl related content but not yet a subscriber, you should definitely do so. And if you turn on the notification bell, YouTube will always let you know when we upload a new video. We post all the latest American Girl news, crafts, and unboxing. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but sometimes we post on other days as well. Now, let's start on that fireplace. If you happen to have a box that's exactly the right size for the fireplace that you want, that will save you a little bit of time. You just need to draw the opening in the front and cut it out. I was waiting for an Amazon box of the right size, and I ordered a few things hoping the box would be the right size. And Amazon, of course, packed it in a much larger box. So I already started making the fireplace because I kind of gave up on it. And then a couple of days later, an Amazon package comes and the box is the perfect size. And when I was halfway done with the fireplace, I realized that the cat litter box could have been a perfect fireplace too. If you're like me and starting it from scratch, you need a piece of cardboard that's 16 inches wide, 11 inches tall, and right in the middle it will have this opening that's 6 inches wide and 5 inches tall. Now that part in the middle, you will need to cut it out. And then we made a second part exactly like the first one, except the smaller shape wasn't cut out, and you're not going to cut it out. Next, I cut out two identical parts that will be the sides of our fireplace. They're the same ones and they're just as tall as the fireplace, and the width you can make any size you want. I made ours 4 inches wide. Now, there are two more parts that are going to be inside the fireplace like this. They don't have to go all the way up. They can be shorter. Technically, they can go all the way up to the opening. But I wanted to make them a little bit taller. And when you cut all of these parts out, now we can go to the next step. And the next step is kind of optional. It depends on how detailed you want your fireplace to be. Do you want the brick texture inside of the fireplace? I do, and that's why I'm going to try to imitate the bricks, and I'm going to use egg cartons to make the bricks. Now I'm going to cut out this strip that's about almost 2 centimeters wide. Now I'm going to cut this strip into individual bricks. Each of them is going to be about 4 centimeters long, and just cut a bunch of them. And you can leave them just like that, or you can cut the corners to make them a little bit rounder, more like real bricks. And this is what I did. It's more work, but it's more realistic, and that's something that I wanted. And if you have any similar packaging material from electronics, or even from carry-out drinks from places like McDonald's, they would work even better because they have more texture. But I think egg carton worked just fine. And now I'm about to glue the inside parts of the fireplace, and that was a little bit challenging because I don't have any special tools. So I just used a cardboard box from a Barbie doll. You're trying to make it as straight as possible. And I'm gluing it with hot glue, the part that's not going to be exposed. And you're going to do the exact same thing to the other side of the fireplace opening. And now let's glue the sides of the fireplace. And if there are any words or pictures printed on the cardboard, you want that part to be inside the fireplace and not exposed. Okay, now let's check if this is all straight, if this works, and I think it does. So now it's time to glue the front part of the fireplace. I had to work pretty fast and make sure that the glue didn't dry before I applied the front part. And my hot glue gun was on the high setting. Now I'm going to glue the front part and make sure it is as straight as possible. Not everything came out perfect, and I had to trim a little bit here and there, but overall it was good enough for me. Next, I'm going to cover the corners with tissue paper. So I'm going to apply Mod Podge and apply some tissue paper, and you don't have to do that. Again, I wanted a particular look. Could I have used spackling to cover up any signs of cardboard at the joints? Yes, I could have, but I chose to use this method. You do whatever you like, whatever's easier, whatever you have handy. I ended up applying 2 layers of tissue paper, and I realized that the edges of tissue paper, they shouldn't be really straight. That's just gonna work a little bit against me later on, but that will still work. It doesn't really matter. I did this to all of the corners on this fireplace, the ones that are going to be exposed and visible, and it took longer than I expected, but like I said, this is something that I wanted for a particular look, and you don't have to do that. If something looks too difficult, too complicated, too time consuming, don't hesitate to simplify it. Crafting is a hobby and it's meant to be enjoyed. And I just happen to be a very detail-oriented person who likes to put a lot of work into her projects. Okay, so this is the final look. I covered the entire fireplace with at least 1 layer of tissue paper, and the corners got 2 layers of tissue paper. Now I'm going to glue my faux bricks. And I'm using Mod Podge for that because at some point I purchased an entire gallon of Mod Podge from Michael's. And I've been using it for years and I still have a lot of it left. So I use it a lot instead of glue. You absolutely don't have to make the faux brick texture. You can just paint that part of the fireplace black and it's still gonna look pretty good. And now we're gonna create the faux stones on the front part of the fireplace. I'm using pulp fiber for it. You can use egg cartons, packaging from electronics, or even drink trays from places like McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts. Basically, I had to tear them into individual pieces with my bare hands. I tried to make different shapes and I tried to arrange them in a way that would make them look like stone. I glued them to the main frame with Mod Podge. Again, you can use glue or whatever works for you. And this is the final result before I painted it. Then I made this rectangular piece that will go on the top of the fireplace. It's gonna look like wood. It kind of sticks out a little bit on each side of the fireplace. And then I'm going to wrap it with this contact paper that looks like dark wood. I got it from Dollar Tree for $1.25. This is what it should look like when it's wrapped in the contact paper. I think it looks pretty realistic. I did the top part of the fireplace first before painting the main part because I wasn't sure about the color of the fireplace. This will help me decide what colors to use for the main part of the fireplace. You don't have to do that. You can paint the fireplace first if you're 100% sure about the color. So first I painted the inside of the fireplace just with black paint, and then I added a little bit of personality with a little bit of white and tiny bit of red. And this is definitely optional. You don't have to do that. You can just paint it black. It's still gonna look good. I decided to use this rich chocolate brown color. It's called Burnt Umber from Artist Loft. It's a Michael's own brand of craft supplies. So I decided to paint all the stones with that color, but you can use different shades, different colors for different stones. I'm adding a little bit of a different color to some of the stones. It's a lighter shade of brown, and then later I'm going to add some pink undertones as well. The next step is to add a little bit of personality with dry brush in very light beige color. I'm going to use a sponge. As you can see, it's kind of dry. It's not diluted with water whatsoever. And I'm just going to gently pat it on the stone. I'm going to go much lighter on the other ones, but this is still pretty good. I'm finally finished with dry brushing the stones, and I'm going to paint the spaces between the stones. This is the paint I'm going to use.
I've tried different paints actually. I originally was going to use black, but then it just didn't look right. I painted a little bit on the bottom and I said to myself, no, this is not the color I want. I also tried a lighter brown, as you can see at the top right corner of the fireplace, but I wasn't super happy with it. The final color I went with is called Nutmeg Brown from Apple Barrel, and I think it worked perfectly well for this project. So here's the final result, and I'm super happy with it. I wanted a warm, cozy feeling for this fireplace. Very classy, very versatile. Something that I could use for historical setups as well as modern setups, and I think it came out so well. Now it's time to make the fire. And for that, you'll need those flickering lights that you can get from Dollar Tree. I got these during Halloween, that's why they're black. The usual ones that Dollar Tree carries all year round are white. You see they're flickering. When you purchase in them, make sure it says flickering on the packaging. And I got a bunch of sticks that I collected in my backyard, and then I cut them with a little hacksaw. And now I'm going to arrange them in front of the flickering light. Once I'm happy with the arrangement, I'm going to glue the sticks together with hot glue. The last part is to make the flame. And I got some clear plastic from a doll packaging, and I'm just gonna draw those flames with hot glue. I'm gonna make sure that they kind of are the right size for the flickering light, that they go taller than it, and that they go taller than the sticks that we arranged. And yeah, I'm just trying to imitate the flame, the way they look. I'm gonna make just one piece like this, but you can make more than one. Okay, so it dried, I cut it out and painted it yellow first. And then I'm just gonna dry brush some red all over it to make it look like real flames. In the end, you can seal it with Mod Podge or any other sealant, but I decided not to seal mine. And the final step here is to glue the flames to the back of the stick arrangement. I think this looks pretty good. And now let's take a look what it's gonna look like in the fireplace. So I'm gonna turn on the flickering light, place it inside the fireplace, and we place this flame arrangement in front of it. Look how cool. I think it looks so realistic and so nice. If you want to go a step further, you can make several flame pieces. Some of them are larger, some smaller, and you kind of place the smaller ones in front of the larger ones. That would also look more dimensional. Okay, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this craft, and let me know in the comments if you're planning to make one. And if you already made one, definitely comment here and let me know if you post any pictures on Instagram, because I'd like to see them. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button. And if you enjoy all American Girl content but not yet subscribed to our channel, you should definitely do so. And if you turn on the notification bell, YouTube will always let you know when we upload a new video. We post all the latest American Girl news, crafts, and unboxing. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but sometimes we post on other days as well. Thanks for watching and see you next time.